Namaskaram, everybody, and welcome to Shyam's Storytime. I'm very glad to meet all of you once again. Today we will hear another story of Krishna. Let's begin with this song. प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो यशोदा के बाल दर्शन दीजो प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो नटवरलाल दर्शन दीजो नटवरलाल दर्शन दीजो गिरिधर बाल दर्शन दीजो प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो. The story that we will listen to today is called the story of the Shamantaka gem. Once upon a time, there was a Yadava nobleman. His name was Satrajit. Satrajit was an ardent devotee of Surya, the sun god. Now, Surya was very pleased with his devotion and presented him with a rare gem. The name of this gem is Shamantaka gem. Satrajit was very happy to receive this gem. You know, it had many powers. One was wherever this gem was taken, there would be no famine or no poverty at all. And it shone with brilliance. Anybody that would have it would look like sun god himself. You know what Satrajit did? He put the gem around a locket and wore it around his neck. He imitated sun god. Everybody thought it was Surya himself. Such was the brilliance of the jewel. Satrajit was extremely happy to own this gem. Not only that, he became wealthier and wealthier and wealthier because the Shamantaka gem would give every day 8 loads of gold. And Satrajit was the owner of all this gold. That's why he became wealthier and wealthier. Now the news of this Shamantaka gem spread far and wide in Dwarka. Now Krishna one day was conversing with Satrajit and he told him, "Look here, Satrajit, you have such a rare gem. Why don't you give it to our king Ugrasena? Then the entire country will be prosperous. Not only that, all the people will be blessed with Surya's grace. Why don't you do that?" asked Krishna. Now Satrajit, after having become wealthier, also got a little bit arrogant. He was so possessive of this gem. He told Krishna, No, I got this gem from Surya. I don't want to part with it. I will have it myself. He said like that. Okay, Krishna left it. A few days passed. Satrajit had a brother named Prasenna. One day, Prasenna came and asked Satrajit, "Can I borrow the Shamantaka gem just for one day? I'm going into the forest for hunting. I will return it to you tomorrow," he said. No, Satrajit didn't mind. It was after all his brother, right? Moreover, he says he's going to return it the next day. So Satrajit gave it to Prasenna. Prasenna wore it around his neck. He also dazzled with brilliance. He himself looked like sun god. Now he went into the depths of forest for hunting. He saw a lion there and he wanted to kill it. What did Prasenna do? He climbed atop a tree and from high up above, he aimed an arrow at the lion which was standing just near the trunk of the tree. As he was aiming, something happened. There was a snake up even above Prasenna. It just came in sight of Prasenna. And he got startled immediately, lost his balance, and he fell off the tree. While he was falling, you know what happened? The necklace that he wore around the neck got stuck in one of the branches and he hung by the neck from the tree branch and he instantly died. Now this lion, which was standing down below, heard all this noise and looked above. There was this man hanging by the neck. Even though the lion was hungry, The corpse of this man did not attract him. There was this shining gem around his neck, and the lion wanted to take possession of it. He waited. In a while, the corpse fell down. The lion quickly went and took the gem with its mouth, and the lion started to walk. He walked just a few yards and he came to a cave. The lion entered this cave. Now, this cave belonged to a bear. He was the king of all the bears. You know what his name was? He was Jambavan. Did it ring a bell? Yes, it is the same Jambavan who comes in Ramayana. Jambavan was an ardent devotee of Lord Rama, right? He was living in that cave along with his family. When the lion entered the cave, Jambavan was alarmed. He thought the lion had come to harm his family. He pounced on the lion and killed it. The king of bears, Jambavan, was very strong that he killed the lion. He took the gem and saw its sheer brilliance. He was immediately captivated by it. He gave it to his infant child, who started to play with the gem. While all this was happening, back in the town, Satrajit was waiting for Prasanna, his brother, to return from hunting. He waited for a long time. It was almost night. He waited into the night. Prasanna didn't turn up at all. Then Satrajit went to sleep. The next morning, it is dawn and still Prasanna hadn't returned. Now Satrajit was concerned not only about his brother, but also about the Shamantaka gem that he was carrying. Immediately, Satrajit took a few of his friends and walked into the forest. They searched everywhere and they saw the corpse of Prasanna. Now, Satrajit was very upset because his brother was dead. Was that the only reason? The gem was missing around his neck. They searched all over the place. They couldn't find the gem. Satrajit was hit by remorse, by the death of his brother, and he was furious that somebody had taken the gem. Out of fury, he blurted out, "I think it is Krishna who has taken this gem. Some time ago, he told me to part with it, and I said no. I think he was unhappy about it. He has killed my brother and he has taken the gem." He said that. Now a few of them that heard it, they started to murmur and gossip about it. This news went from one ear to another, from another to another, from another to another, and finally it reached Krishna. Now, Krishna was not happy at all getting to know this. Was he in any way concerned with this entire episode? Not at all. But he was doubted for the crime that was committed. He wanted to clear it off immediately. So he took a search party, a few of his friends, and Krishna came into the forest. For what? To find the genuine way in which Prasanna was killed, and also to find out who had taken the Shamantaka gem. Now they all came to the spot where Prasanna's body was found. They looked everywhere. Krishna noticed that there were these paw prints of a lion. They followed the paw prints. Where did it lead them to? It went into a cave. Now Krishna said, "This cave looks dangerous. It is like a dark tunnel." So he told his friends, "All of you wait outside. I will go into the cave and see who is there, and I will get the gem from them." Saying so, Krishna walked into the cave. It was so dark. It was like a tunnel. And as he entered, he came inside and saw a family of bears. And the littlest one of them all was playing with the Shamantaka gem. Krishna was so happy that he found it. But the baby was alarmed, looking at a stranger, and let out a huge wail. Jambavan, the father who was sitting there, was aroused. He also got scared that a stranger had come into the cave. Jambavan thought that the stranger is going to harm his family. Immediately he challenged Krishna for a fight. Jambavan and Krishna fought with each other. Now, Jambavan was not an ordinary bear. He was the king of bears. He was muscular. He was so strong, almost as strong as Krishna. They both fought with weapons for a few days. After that, They fought with huge stones and boulders that were found in the cave. After that, they fought with huge trees. And then they fought with fists. They pounded each other and they kept fighting. After a while, Jambavan realized that there was so much pain on all his joints. His muscles were wreathing with agony. He realized there is no person in this world who can cause any pain to his body because he was the strongest creature of all the creatures at that time. Then Jambavan realized maybe it is the Lord himself who has come. It also dawned in him that it is none other than Lord Rama, now incarnate as Lord Krishna, who has come to see him. Then Jambavan prostrated in front of Krishna and apologized for all that he had done. Krishna blessed him and he said why he has come into the cave. He asked for the Shamantaka gem. Jambavan was so happy to have met the Lord himself and he handed the gem to Krishna. Not only that, Jambavan expressed a desire that he had. What was the desire? Jambavan wanted to get his daughter married to Krishna. Krishna immediately accepted, and the daughter of Jambavan was called Jambavati. She was such a beautiful person. The wedding of Krishna and Jambavati happened right there. Shall we listen to a song to celebrate this wedding? Radhe Shyam Gopala Radhika Jeevan Shri Ranga Radhe Shyam Gopala Radhika Jeevan Shri Ranga Megha Shyam Gopala Manamohana Sundara Shri Ranga Megha Shyam Gopala Manamohana Sundara Shri Ranga Radhe Shyam Gopala Radhika Jeevan Shri Ranga. Now Krishna was married to Jambavati, the beautiful daughter of Jambavan, who was the king of bears. Now Krishna returned to the city along with his beautiful bride. Back there, Krishna's family was panic-stricken. They were so grieved that Krishna hasn't returned for these many days. All of his friends said that Krishna entered this cave and never returned, though so many days have passed. So they were all grief-stricken. Now Krishna came back along with his beautiful bride. They were so happy. They all rejoiced very, very happily. Not only that, Krishna wore the Shamantaka gem around his neck and it shone with brilliance. They were all so happy to receive Krishna. Then Krishna wanted to hand over this gem to its rightful owner. Who was it? Satyajit. So Krishna sent word for Satyajit to come. So in the king's court, when everybody had assembled, Satyajit came and Krishna handed the gem to him. And he explained to everybody all the story that happened in the forest. Now Satyajit hung his head down in shame. He felt very ashamed for having falsely accused Krishna. And he apologized. Krishna said, it is okay, you can have this gem. Now Satyajit expressed another desire. He had a beautiful daughter. Her name was Satyabhama. So Satyajit asked if Krishna can marry his daughter. Krishna immediately agreed and Krishna was married to Satyabhama right there. Now, Satyajit gave the Shamantaka gem back to Krishna. Krishna said, no, it's okay. You can keep it with you. I will take only my new bride, Satyabhama. And he went off. While this was happening, there were so many young men in Dwarka who wanted to hold the hand of Satyabhama in marriage. Amongst all of these, there were 3 suitors who were very important. They were Akrura, Kirtavarma and Satadanva. Now these 3 were very unhappy. Akrura was once an ardent devotee of Krishna himself. But today, looking at Satyabhama being married to Krishna and the gem taken away by Satyajit, evil things took over him. These 3 suitors conspired and planned to kill Satyajit. One night, Satadanva killed Satyajit while he was sleeping, and he took possession of the gem from Satyajit and fled. After that, he realized what he had done. Will Krishna keep quiet if he gets to know that his father-in-law was killed by somebody? Now he thought this is in for danger. He handed the gem to Akrura and fled Dwarka. Now Satyabhama was grief-stricken looking at her dead father. She wept inconsolably. Krishna couldn't stand it. He told her, "Don't you worry, I will go and find out who has killed your father." And he immediately guessed that it should be Satadanva who would have killed Satrajit. Krishna and Balarama chased. He fled to so many places, they say. And finally, with his discus or the Sudarshana Chakra, Krishna beheaded Satadanva. Then both of them searched for the gem around his neck. It was not there. They searched all his clothes. It was still not there. Then they decided that Satadanva must have given the gem to Akrura. Krishna returned to Dwaraka and sent word for Akrura. Akrura came, and then Krishna told him, "Look here, there is a whole segment of people who are accusing me to have killed my own father-in-law to take possession of this gem. I want to clear this doubt. Can you please display this gem in public and let people know that it wasn't me who killed my father-in-law?" Akrura accepted. So in a whole assembly of people, Akrura displayed the gem to everybody and said that it was Satadanva who killed Satrajit and Krishna was innocent. This is the story of the Shamantaka gem. It is also said that whoever reads the story or even listens to the story of Shamantaka gem will rid themselves of all their ill repute caused by their sin and attain peace. Now all of you have heard the story and I have told you. Let us see what waits for us. We will end today's session with another song. Gopala Radha Lola Murali Lola Nandalala. Gopala Radha Lola Murali Lola Nandalala. Keshava Madhava Janardana, Keshava Madhava Janardana, Vanamala Brindavana Bala Murali Lola Nandalala. Gopala Radha Lola Murali Lola Nandalala. Ananda Mohana Niranjana, Ananda Mohana Niranjana, Vanamala Brindavana Bala Murali Lola Nandalala. Gopala Radha Lola Murali Lola Nandalala. Murali Lola Nandalala, Murali Lola Nandalala. Thank you so much for being a wonderful audience. I will meet you with another interesting story of Krishna in the next episode. Till then, it is bye from Shyamala.